Thank you, Nancy. It's kind of bright on here, or it looks like it from my side anyway. So, hey, Carolyn. So, for those of you that have not had a chance to watch, I did just drop a short podcast earlier, just a few hours ago, actually, about the Darren Knight, who is a comedian, goes by Southern Mama. He's also in Alabama, which is where I am, and I've never had an issue with him. I've never really watched his stuff, but I'd heard of him. And a few days ago, CC Dixon Moreno made a post about he had made one post telling people to pretty much to shut up about the Orange Beach, Alabama stuff going on, the corruption with the mayor and a couple of the city councilmen and all the issues they're having down there. Well, then she posted one of his posts that he had made at some point. I don't know when he made the post, but it was mocking the victims of R. Kelly. And it was not mocking in a comedic way. It's one of those things, the victim blaming is one of those things that pisses me off really, really bad. And one of the word for word statements in his post that he made making fun of the victims of R. Kelly is something that we hear too much and we've heard forever. And I had hoped that we were out of that and that we were to a point in our society where everybody understood no matter what a female wears does not give you the right to touch her, to do horrible things to her. Under no circumstance. And that's one of the things he said. Let me put it up because I said word for word, so I want to obviously say it word for word. Well, honey, and this is quoting him, well, honey, if you wearing that, you showed up looking for trouble. He starts off the post. Well, let me just read you the post for those that have not seen it. These victims of R. Kelly's from decades ago cracking me up. The pictures of the meet and greets are the best. This shows proof the women were at the concert and attended the after party. Well, honey, if you wearing that, you showed up looking for trouble. Ass hanging out, talking about we were victims. We smoked pot and drink beer and wasn't able to say no. We had no idea a room full of dudes we didn't know would want to have S with us. A lot of problems with that. Again, I fully understand he's a comedian, and comedians go way out there at times, and I don't have a problem with that. I don't like the cancel culture, never have, never will, unless it's just unless somebody's just an absolute horrible person. I'm especially against the cancel culture for comedians. However, nothing about that's funny at all. It was a statement he made. That was all that the post was about. Obviously, nothing funny in it at all. And the phrase talking about acting as if because a female is wearing certain things apparently means they can't be a victim. And he has over 3 million followers just on Facebook. So someone with that kind of following making a post like that, how many survivors do you think that just ate up? How many survivors do you think saw that and said, I'm definitely never speaking out about what happened to me? I'm thinking that night when this horrible thing happened to me, I was wearing a skirt, so people were going to say that I deserved it. It's a completely beyond ignorant statement for anyone to make. And I felt he needed called out. He does. If he wants to come out and apologize and say, hey, that's not what I meant by that, I understand now, I shouldn't have made that post, okay, I'll respect that. But until that, I have no respect for him. Yeah, somebody said he is running, he's actively running as a write-in for Alabama governor, which that's a joke. But anyway. Hey, Gloria, how are you? Hello, Katie. But yeah, when you get a chance, watch it's only I think it's 7 minutes, a short podcast I put out about him today, just talking about that and how much it pisses me off. And again, maybe when he made this statement, he didn't realize, wow, this is probably shutting down some actual victims that may have been thinking about speaking out, and now they're going to be afraid people are going to make fun of them if they do and blame it on them. That's why we don't make those ignorant statements, because they're not true at all. Never, under any circumstance, will what you're wearing mean that you can't be a victim. Never, under any circumstance, will what you're wearing mean a man can do whatever he wants to you. That is so ignorant, I can't even understand it. You get my video of the young guy from... Yeah, yes, I did, Gloria. I've seen all of that for a couple weeks now, and I haven't had a chance to really dig into it, but I've seen some of the videos that have been posting and going around for a while. It does appear the guy... So let me explain what we're talking about. Gloria was asking about... She had sent me a video. A lot of people have. There is a current Jefferson County, Alabama deputy who apparently has been having some domestic issues at his home between his wife and his older children. There's been a few videos I've seen circulating around that does not show this guy in a good light. And one of them, he says some horrible things to his son. Now, the son's older, maybe, he's late teens, early 20s, maybe even a little older, but somewhere around in there. But he says some horrible things that you don't say to your son. And then there's another, and he's just walking around the yard, his front yard, just losing his mind. And then there's another video, and I'm guessing it's from the same day, where his son's car is parked out on the street, and the dad picks up I think it's a weed eater, and he bashes it against the car window, and I think he busts the window. Uncalled for at any time. The son, or one of the sons, I think there may be a few, one of the sons has been posting a lot of videos of just himself talking about all the things they've gone through in the family due to his dad's issues. And he claims that his dad has beat his mom several times. I don't think I've seen actual evidence of that. And please don't, I'm not saying that hasn't happened. I have no reason not to believe the kid, especially after watching the other videos. But I'm just trying to think. I don't think I've seen anything. Like, I don't think I've seen any videos of him actually hitting someone that I can think of. But again, his children are speaking out, and I think it's come to a point where Jefferson County is going to have to do something. They're either going to have to come out and make a statement or let this guy go. They got to speak up. They have to speak on this. During his 2026 political campaign lunch, Darren Knight addressed his past by saying, "I will not pretend that every post from years past represents the way I would communicate today. Growth requires reflection, and I have done that. What I can say clearly is this: I do not condone actual misconduct." That's a respectable statement, and he is right. People grow. However, that we're not talking about something that he posted years and years ago. I mean, when did the R. Kelly stuff happen? Maybe it was longer ago than I thought. Yeah, no. What? Hold on. Let me verify this that I just saw. That surely that's not true. The stuff I was thinking about is when he actually got sent to federal prison, which was, I think that was around 2020, 2019, 20, 21, somewhere around in there. Yeah, that's when he was. So in February 22nd, 2019, he was arrested. We're talking about R. Kelly. He was arrested and charged in Chicago with 10 counts of aggravated sexual abuse. So that's the time period I'm thinking of. So this is something I did not realize. In 2002 and 3, in 2003, he was arrested in Miami for 12 counts of possession of CSAM. Miami charges were dropped in 2004 due to a lack of probable cause for the search warrants. So obviously he had CSAM, but his case got dropped because of bad investigators not doing the search warrants correctly. I had no idea that there was ever children involved with him. I did not realize that. So this is even way worse than I realized. Yeah, he's currently serving a 31-year sentence in federal prison for the latest stuff. Yeah, I did not realize he was arrested for the CSAM stuff back, which I was in high school during that time, so it was a long time ago, but I guess I wasn't keeping up with it then. We didn't really fully have the internet a lot then. Who's APD? You're talking about the Jefferson County deputy? Is it Adamsville? Is that where he lives? Hello, Monica. You suck at returning text. I do. I'll admit. I do apologize. You don't. It's not personal towards you. Ask anyone. I don't respond to anyone's text in a timely manner. I am very sorry about that. Something I have to work on. Not just you. Oh, it's Alabaster. Okay. Let me find. Are y'all on TikTok? Are y'all having issues with the feed? Arliss. Hold on. Legacy came. I can't read that name. Are you talking about I don't respond? Hey, y'all missed a really good. If you missed Wednesday night's live, you missed a really good one. So when you get a chance, you can go back and watch the replay on YouTube. But I think it was a really good one. I think we had a good time. Aries Legacy. Who who are you? I don't mean that in a rude way. I just don't know who you are. I have too many platforms. I agree. I do have too many platforms. I'm trying to pay bills, so. Hold on, I want to watch. Let me see if I can pull up some of these videos of the Jefferson County guy, Jefferson County deputy. I have not dug into it much at all, and so I don't want to misspeak on anything. Haley Goodwin Beard's coming through here. She just made a post about some of them, so we're going to pull her profile up.
Mentally and physically. It has been for the
So this is his son.
Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, where my dad works, and my dad has been a deputy there for about a decade. He abuses his family financially, mentally, and physically, and has been doing this for years. He got child abuse charges put on him after he punched my sister in the face and gave her a bloody nose and almost broke her nose. Consequences that they gave him were anger management classes. That was it. It was 2 years ago. 2 years later, what is he doing? The exact same thing, but worse. He has countlessly abused my mom on multiple occasions, and every single time we call the police, they don't do shit. They don't. And she jumps back on his side, and we go through a repetitive cycle. And what ends up happening in majority of those domestic violence cases? The woman ends up dead. That's my mom. That's my mom. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do when the abuser is the person who's supposed to not only protect me, but protect you? And his county doesn't want to help. Nothing ever comes out of it. What am I supposed to do when the local police come and they say, "Oh, he's just a fellow cop. Oh, we gotta back the blue. We gotta protect him." Now, I'm all for the police, but there is some bad apples. There is, and the cops have been.
Let me speak on that for a second. I'm not saying that doesn't happen because unfortunately it does in certain places. However, a lot of places that does not fly. A lot of places, if you're in law enforcement and you have domestic violence case, you're done. They'll fire you, as they should. And I'm not saying that's what's happening here in Alabaster. Again, I've not dug in enough to this yet. But it's hard for me to believe that Alabaster officers are responding and simply not doing anything just because he's a deputy, because that puts their career on the line. And it's hard for me to believe they would do that. Again, I'm not saying they are not. They may very well be. And we're definitely going to be checking into this. But I think there is a big misconception about, if you're a police officer and any other police officer in the United States comes into contact with you and you're doing something horribly wrong, they're just going to let you go because they respect you. That's not how it works. Not at all. Now, in small towns, if you live in your town where you are in law enforcement, and your actual agency comes out and it's a smaller agency, yeah, it happens. I could see that. I hope that's not what's happening here. However, even if that's not what's happening here, they're not doing something right, obviously. It's hard for me to believe that this kid has made all these posts if there's nothing really going on. I don't believe that. Now, if he was just making these posts of him talking and that's all, then I would say I'm not even going to speak on that because I've got to have more. Well, that's not all, because again, like I said, and we're going to watch it in a second, they have posted a few actual videos of the dad, and he has some anger issues. And that on top of everything this kid is putting out right now makes me believe him. There is only one in the state of Alabama. In the state of Alabama, law enforcement officers have what we call officer discretion, which means they don't have to arrest you. That's literally on the officers, whether they decide to or not, whatever the case is, except domestic violence. Domestic violence calls law enforcement in Alabama, per the state code, per the law, you don't have discretion. There are certain factors that if they are met on that scene, then somebody has to go to jail. And that's for good reason. One problem that I've seen in law enforcement at times is back to a training issue, and some officers not knowing how to talk to people, or they're just not that bright, meaning they show up, they may be lazy, so they don't want to do a report, they don't want to arrest somebody, and so unless somebody's half dead, they talk to this husband, and he says, oh, nothing happened. And they talk to the wife in front of the husband, and she says, nothing happened. And so they leave. That's not the way you conduct those investigations. Any decent law enforcement officer will tell you that. You don't speak to the possible victim in front of the suspect, especially in these situations. Most of the time, they're scared to death of them. And a lot of times, it's hard to get the victim to tell you anything no matter what, because they're so scared of the suspect. So you have to know how to talk to them, and you have to push them and push them and push them to get the truth out of them so you can possibly save their life. So, and this is pure speculation on my part in this situation. One thing, what I think more likely than not is happening, and I could be wrong, is because it's a deputy, these officers are showing up. They're talking to the husband. They're talking to the wife, hopefully separately. But she says nothing happened. He says nothing happened. And so then they leave because they don't want to get involved in that. I'm afraid that's possibly what's happening. And that is wrong on so many levels for obvious reasons. But again, I'm going to dig on this. I hate to say I've watched some of the videos, but I've not actually sat down and watched him speak like this. And just watching this little bit really fires me up and breaks me and makes me want to figure out what the hell is going on here and do something about it.
To my parents' house for years. Every time it's the same thing, and every time they do absolutely nothing. I'm telling y'all right now that I hope he sees this video, and I hope this reaches the right people, because you don't deserve to protect and serve, because you can't even protect your own family. Being a cheating, lying narcissist who not only abuses his wife physically, but also his children, and you think you're a man and you deserve to put on that badge and honor every day? No. So, Jefferson County, if you're seeing this, I hope y'all know who's employed and who y'all just gave a promotion to. Yeah, that's who's working for y'all's office. That's who y'all promote. Yep. So, great job.
This is absolutely wild, but it's also one of those times that I can say that I'm genuinely.
I think that's our friend Haley there. That's her post. We're
he's about
still
to
in
smash
here.
Carson's car. I'm sure the cops will love.
But if you're not following Haley, and I'll show you her full profile in a second. But if you're not following her, go follow her. She puts out some really good stuff. She's very intelligent as well. So this is the video, one of the videos I've seen.
I recorded too. I'm recording him right now. Yeah, you're fucking crazy. Wow, he's about to smash Carson's car. I'm sure the cops will love this. Wow, the cops are gonna love this. After he hit Mom, I have the marks. Mom, touch me.
Come on. Hit us.
You're not my dad anymore.
Hit us.
You can't tell me what to do.
Yep.
Bella,
Look at him.
you better shut your mouth.
Yep.
I haven't seen this. I guess I only watched saw a clip. I saw where he tried to bust the window out. Did you see how he just turned around and went towards his daughter? And the only reason he stopped himself is because there's a camera there. You can tell. It's very troubling.
Hit us.
Tell me what to do.
Yep.
Bella,
Look at him.
He turned around he was going after her, and then he stopped himself
better shut your mouth.
because he knows
Yeah.
he's being on
Go back to
recording.
your other family.
Your phone's off. You
I don't
don't
give
live
a
here
fuck.
anymore.
I don't give a fuck.
You can do yard work here.
Keep
but
going.
you can take my new weed
Keep
eater,
going. Keep going.
faggot.
Keep going. Keep going.
It'll knock your fat
Hey, you really are supporting.
I think he said, "I'm going to knock your fat, ugly something out." That's his son he's talking to.
The police, right? Hitting women,
I can show the
cheating,
cops your phone.
right?
Dad,
You're a real police officer, aren't you?
Dad,
You're a real police
Carson,
officer.
stop.
Come on.
Come on.
Carson, no.
I'm done with you, bro. Fuck out of here. I'm about to call the police. All right.
This is Haley's profile. Oh, hold on. Let me fix it to where y'all can actually see it. That's her profile again. Make sure y'all go follow her. She puts out some good stuff. But yeah, none of that's okay, obviously. I feel bad because tons of people have been sending me those things, and I just have not watched them yet. And I should have already watched them now, knowing everything that's on. Like I said, I'd just seen the one where he tried to bust the window out, and I was like, that guy's kind of out of control, obviously. But there was other things in that rest of that video that tells me a lot. It tells a lot more of the story. So that makes my point even more. We have that stuff, which is pretty good evidence that this guy's out of control and he has major issues. And then with the son speaking out calmly, it's not heat of the moment stuff where he's just pissed off at his dad. He's purposely sitting down and making these because he knows his mom needs help. And that's very sad. I'm trying to think of how to word this so it comes out clear and no one misunderstands me. No matter what, a law enforcement officer, especially, he said he just got promoted. If that guy's a supervisor and he can't even keep his household straight, which obviously he cannot, no matter what, we don't have to know anything else, but no, his household is in a mess. And that's his job to keep his household straight first. And he can't do that. That alone is enough to show me he needs a break from law enforcement. And by break, I mean he needs out. You cannot. Law enforcement is one of the most stressful jobs you will ever have. So if your home is way out of order like that, that's pure freaking chaos, then you're a time bomb because you're not relaxed at home at all, and you're definitely not relaxed at work at all. Mentally, you're a time bomb, and something bad will happen at some point. And more than likely, there's someone innocent. And if Jefferson County can't see that, they have even bigger problems. I would love to hear how some of the leaders in Jefferson County Sheriff's Office is excusing this. But I've already seen enough. Now we're going to make some things happen, because that's there's no way that man can command a scene, a stressful scene in law enforcement, when he can't even command his own freaking house. And somebody asked me if I'd spoken with his son. I have not, but let me check and see if he has messaged me. What was his name? Carson. What's their last name? But I'm going to knock you, your fat, ugly something.
I'm recording too.
Where my dad works, and my dad has been a deputy there for about a decade. He abuses his family financially, mentally, and physically.
Okay. Does anyone know Burke? Thank you. Is it Burke or Burks? Okay, I got it. I think it's Burks. Yeah, I don't think I have a message from him. But we will contact him. Hold on, let me check. Let me check TikTok. Now that y'all say that name, it does look familiar. Yeah, there's been like over 20 people, and just in the last days, send me that video. Let's see, B U R K E. Okay, we are friends on TikTok. I'm gonna get, if he will anyway, I'm gonna get him on the podcast. ASAP too. Oh, let me get caught up on comments that they all came in and I wasn't even paying attention. Travis is your brother-in-law, Kelsey. Is Travis the dad? Oh, awesome. Thank you, Kelsey. All right, so Kelsey said Carson's going to contact me. So, yeah, I'll get up with him and see if we can get him on the podcast. Or I definitely want to have some conversations with him and ask him more details and things like that. And then we'll also see if we can get him on the podcast. Hello, Texas Terry. I'm doing well. If any ordinary citizen were caught on camera swinging heavy lawn equipment at teenagers, they would be arrested on the spot. That does actually depend, which it appears that it's his son's car, but if it's his property, there's nothing you can do about that. However, in that situation, there probably is. And also, again, I think that's his son's car. And that even if that's the car his son drives and that's like his son's car, then yeah, that is a charge. Now they would have to call the police and file a report, and then that would be up to them to go down to their local magistrate and try to get a warrant on him. And now I don't know if they've tried that. I don't know, because I don't know exactly what the police have been telling them every time, but we're going to get up with him and see. Because, yeah, that guy's he has a lot of issues. And, again, when you see him, when he turns around at that daughter, I mean, she's small too. First off, it's his daughter. Second off, she's very small. When he turns around, you can tell he had other things in his mind to continue through to do, and he stopped himself because the camera was there. Yeah, and I really appreciate that, Kelsey. So he's married to your sister. Black Eye Pick. Ooh, I've not seen that. Where's that? I hate how Facebook's desktop app doesn't work the same as the mobile app. And I don't understand that.
Look at us.
Tell me what to do.
Yep.
Bella,
Look at him.
you better shut your mouth.
Yep. Go back to your other family.
Run after me.
Your phone's off. You
I don't
live
give a
here
fuck.
anymore?
I don't give a
You
fuck.
don't even do yard work here.
Keep
but you
going.
can take my new weed
Keep
eater.
going. Keep going.
Faggot.
Keep going. Keep going.
Go knock your fat fucking
Hey, you.
ugly girlfriend.
Hey, you really are.
He did not say what I thought he said a while ago. I think he said something worse.
Support the police, right?
Go ahead. Go knock your fat fucking
Hey, you.
ugly girlfriend.
Hey, you really are support the police, right?
Go ahead.
Hitting women.
He said, go knock your fat, effing, ugly girlfriend up. Jesus Christ, man.
Touch me.
Your grand-
Touch me.
Come on. Hit us.
You're not my dad anymore.
Hit
You
us.
can't tell me what to do.
Yep.
Bella,
Look at him.
you better shut your mouth.
Yep.
Run after me.
Go back to your other
Run
family.
after me.
Your phone's off. You
I don't
don't
give
live
a
here
fuck.
anymore?
I don't give a
You don't
fuck.
even do yard work here.
Keep
but
going.
You can take my new weed
Keep
eater.
going.
I think he punches the.
Keep
I
going.
think he punches the kid there.
Keep going.
Go knock your fat fucking
Hey, you.
ugly girlfriend.
Hey, you really are support the police, right?
Go ahead.
Hitting women.
Sorry, I'm not on my game tonight. I forget you are not seeing this because I turned it off. I'd taken it down. I think he.
Hey, you really are support the police, right?
Go ahead.
Hitting women.
You have to show the
Cheating.
cops your phone.
Right?
Dad,
You're a real
stop.
police officer, aren't you?
Dad.
You're a real police
Carson,
officer.
stop.
Come on.
Come on.
Carson, no.
I'm done with you, bro. Fuck out of here. I'm about to call the police. All right.
Oh, no, I didn't go back far enough.
You
I don't
don't live
give a
here
fuck.
anymore?
I don't give a
You don't
fuck.
even do yard work here.
Keep
but
going.
You can take my new weed
Keep
eater.
going.
Right there.
going.
I think he hits him. I think he punches the kid. Hmm.
Dad.
So here's a long. I want to read this post. Let's see. So this was posted by Carson Burks, the Sun. For most of my life, I stayed silent. Today, I'm done. Let me make that bigger so I can see it. Some of the earliest memories are of witnessing violence in my own home. I remember being a child walking down the hallway and seeing my father choking my mother while she lay on the bed. Oh, that hits close to home. I remember being terrified that he was going to kill her. 20 years later, I still fear the same thing because the behavior has never stopped. It's not going to stop. I've spent my entire life watching my mother endure physical, emotional, mental, and financial abuse. I've also experienced that abuse myself. I've been choked, punched, kicked, slapped, threatened, and physically assaulted. My siblings have as well. He has ripped shirts off my body, chased me around the house, thrown my belongings outside, destroyed my property, punched holes in walls, smashed things throughout the home during violent outbursts. He repeatedly destroyed my phones whenever I threatened to call the police, and that's a felony in itself. He would threaten to hurt me or even end my life if I reported what was happening. I personally witnessed him punch my sister in the face when she was a minor. Her nose was bleeding and it was nearly broken. There were police reports made regarding that incident. Afterward, he fled from law enforcement. He used my sister's Social Security information without her permission to open a credit card in her name. We only found out after she received a notification. The card had already been used, and he later admitted to it. Just recently, he threatened my life, my fiance's life, and my sister's life. Police were involved, but years of fear and manipulation make these situations incredibly complicated for victims. He has threatened to ruin people's careers, get people fired, destroy lives, and retaliate against anyone who speaks out. Well, he can retaliate against me because I'm going to be speaking out against the freaking coward. Feel free to retaliate against me. He has allowed dangerous situations to unfold around our family and has repeatedly put the people closest to him at risk. The pattern is always the same. When no one is watching, there are threats, intimidation, violence, and destruction. When police arrive, he suddenly becomes someone else. He lies, denies, manipulates, and shifts blame, while the people he has spent years controlling are left scared and afraid of what will happen next. The hardest part is watching my mother continue to defend someone she is afraid of. After years of abuse, fear becomes normal. Silence becomes survival. That's very well said. I'm posting this because I refuse to stay silent any longer. I refuse to wait for the day I get a phone call telling me that my mother is gone and wonder if I could have done more. To the people upset that I'm speaking publicly, you should be more upset by the abuse than by the fact that someone finally had the courage to talk about it. That is very true statement there as well. This is not about revenge. This is about truth, accountability, and protecting the people I love. People deserve to know who someone really is behind closed doors. I will continue speaking out. I will continue standing up for my family, and I will never again stay silent about the abuse that has affected us for our entire lives. Again, I don't even have to know for 100% fact that this is all true to know that this man's household is complete chaos and probably has been for 25 years. That means he's a horrible person on all sides. Everyone's house is going to be in chaos every once in a while. Not like that. Not like what we saw in that video. Your house should never get that out of control. And if it is, you've got a lot of big problems you need to fix immediately. None of that's normal. Am I being looked over or not believed? Are you talking to me? You just have to understand I'm on multiple platforms. I have multiple chats. It's impossible for me to keep up with them all. I tried my best. Finished up a brisket about an hour ago. Ooh, that sounds good. The one that's saying, am I being looked over, not believed? That's the only comment I see of you for the last quite a while. I mean, I went all the way. I went up pretty far. So you were talking about your dogs and being protected by them. And then you say, yet I'm not acknowledged. I'm asked who I am. It's a fair question to ask who you are. I mean, I understand you've been commenting. Tons of people have. Again, I can't get to every comment. I apologize for that, but oh, okay. Somebody sent me the black eye picture. Let me pull up this post where everybody can see it.
You're a real police officer, aren't you?
Dad!
I can't do this. That is an old injury.
This is another video Carson has posted.
I can't do this. That is an old injury. She is stating a completely opposite story, and I get that it's coming from her phone, but I'll go ahead and tell y'all, any judge or any attorney that I make that arrest on, and they look and go, well, anybody could have picked her phone up and said that. And it is a pain, and I'm going to say this on record, on camera. I'm not stupid at all about what's going on out here.
That was the officer speaking. Let me tell you something, Mr. Officer. That is not your fucking job to determine what the judge is going to say. Then right after that, you say, I'm not stupid. I know what's going on. Then why aren't you doing something? Why are you afraid to make an arrest? Because you don't know how to do your fucking job. That's why. That pisses me off so bad hearing that statement. God.
I can't do it. That is an old injury. She is stating a completely opposite story, and I get that it's coming from her phone, but I'll go ahead and tell y'all, any judge or any attorney that I make that arrest on, and they look and go, well, anybody could have picked her phone up and said that.
That's a dumb freaking... This guy don't want to do his job. He doesn't know how to do his job. He has some explaining to do, and his department has some explaining to do about why. He said so many things wrong there. Anybody could have picked her phone up and said, what, dude? That's not your fucking job to determine what a jury's going to say. Your job is to determine if there is probable cause to make an arrest. And if there is, you make the arrest. It's pretty simple, actually. You don't want to do your job.
And it is a pain, and I'm going to say this on record, on camera. I'm not stupid at all about what's going on out here. I can't do anything. That is an old injury. She is.
Alabaster arrives. We tell them exactly what happened, show them the video, tell them what vehicle he is in, and they clearly see my sister's condition. After explaining to them what happened, the officer told me, well, when he comes back, let us know. And proceeded to tell me there's nothing they can do. Didn't write anything down. Okay, if this officer responded to a domestic violence call and he didn't even do a report, he needs to be out of a job tonight. Because that is there's a lot of major issues with that. On top of this bullshit he's saying. I apologize. This stuff just. I hope he's able to tell me what that officer's name was. Why is that not? Apparently, my page decided to freeze up, of course. No, that was the officer. Tammy, that was definitely the officer speaking there. You're trying to starve me to death. We've got Bridges talking about a brisket, and Nancy's talking about just finished a strawberry shortcake and cheesecakes. Sweets are they're my weak point. A very good point, Tracy. Tracy said, sounds like OB police, Orange Beach. Yep. Yes, you're exactly right, unfortunately. You have to be a POS to establish credit in your child's name for personal benefit. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Doesn't surprise me with this guy, though. Well, the deputy, the abuser's name is Travis Burks, but I was talking about that officer, which I'm guessing was an Alabaster police officer that was on scene there that was saying that nonsense. I was wanting his name as well. Oh, Melissa, you're really killing me now. Banana pudding is my favorite. I love banana pudding. That's my favorite dessert of all time. Hey, thank you, Kelsey. I really appreciate it. And if there's ever anything I can do for you, let me know, please. And I mean that. I think your name was Barbara, the Aries Legacy. If you message me, please, and I will speak with you. Bridges, where do you live? You said I have to say our police here are very good. What police is that? Now, Shelby County Sheriff's Office is one of the best around. I mean, they're one of the best in the South. They're not perfect, and I'm sure they have some guys and girls at times that may make a mistake or something, but that's a solid agency. I mean, hands down, all the way around, one of the best. Yeah, Brianna, that's literally what we're talking about right now. Oh, YouTube, I'm sorry. I forgot to let me turn those commercials off. I keep forgetting. I apologize for that. Or actually, okay, I can do them manually. I didn't even realize that. Okay, that way you won't miss anything. There we go. I'm about to have to get off the live and go eat something. You're going to have me in the kitchen tonight making banana pudding. Hold on, let me try to pull that back up. It froze. I wanted to see what else he had posted. Here we go. So this is, let me get the full context of this message. I guess we'll just read the message and see. I'm going to be there Thursday for the rest of my shit. Do not effing be there in the afternoon. I pay the car payment and power through the end of March, and then just the car payment. You have till then to get a job. You can figure out the cell phone plan. I'll give you the phone and watch, and you can do whatever you want with them. Stick them up your effing ass, sell them whatever. This is it. We are done and over. Leave me alone. Do not talk to my people. F off and find your own. You do anything else related to my job, and I'll cut you off and make you go hire a lawyer, which eventually you may get a little spousal support, which is BS. But it will take months. I'll just get mine to continue it for months. So try me with that shit. So I wish there was a little more context to these. So is this message that Travis sent to his wife? Does anyone know? Because that's what it seems like. If that is the case, and that's what it seems, this is 100% proof of financial abuse, of mental abuse, right here. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that as far as evidence. Is this the message that the officer was saying anybody could have picked his phone up and sent? Yeah, this is. Mm. And I don't have a clue what the context of this is. I don't want to read that one more time. Do not talk to my people. Your people? Are you running a cult there, dude? What are you talking about? Your people? F off and find your own. You do anything else related to my job, and I'll cut you off and make you go hire a lawyer, which eventually you may get a little spousal support, which is bullshit in my opinion, but it will take months. I'll just get mine to continue it for months. So try me with that shit. Yeah, this message would not go over well in front of that judge. I promise you that, buddy. I mean, this is 100% evidence of abuse, bad abuse too. That's unacceptable. Oh, okay, hold on. Carson did post right under that. For context, after that text he sent, he came home and destroyed the whole house to leave her to clean up. A temper tantrum because my mom caught him cheating again. He doesn't like when she speaks out and tries to get help. He blows her phone up from different numbers with constant threats the second someone says something to him about it. And then comes home with more physical abuse, and it's never-ending cycle. Yeah, so that's a message he sent to his wife. That right there, Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, is enough to get that POS out of your agency ASAP. 100%. That's good evidence. Along with these actual videos that they have posted of him being very violent. Oh, is he a biker? Is that why he thinks he's a badass? Trust me, dude, you're not a badass. And if any of his girlfriends are watching, listen to me. That's going to be you next. So if you want to be badly abused and sent messages like that, then go ahead. Carry on with him. You're going to regret that. I promise you that. Okay, so here is the wife. Oh, Travis Burks. I'm going to end up being very petty about you. I'm going to push you to your limits. Mm. Yes, Tawana, I will. Carson said he hit her so hard, her head hit the window. Seeing the actual text messages from Deputy Travis Burks makes the entire situation even more disturbing. The text document a calculated pattern of financial coercion, financial or psychological manipulation, and power abuse. No, you're exactly right. Ruth, you're exactly right. This is scary. He may get so angry and go after his wife and kids. The problem is he's been doing that for years, and we have to do something. We have to do something. We're just not going to not do anything. Obviously, as of right now, his agency thinks they don't have to do anything. We're going to fix that. For sure. Mm. She's probably too scared to leave. I mean, that's what it sounds like. I'm sure. And that's not surprising at all. If this has been going on for 20 years, she doesn't know any different, and she's very sick. And I don't mean that in a degrading way. That's the best way I know how to put it. She needs a lot of help. Yeah, trauma bond. Yeah, no, this is all so much worse than I realized. I wish I would have realized it sooner. Let me take a very short break. And I will be back. Hey guys, you all know how health conscious I am. I haven't had a single carbonated drink in over 20 years because I'm extremely careful about what I put into my body. So when I tell you I'm partnering with W, you know it's the real deal. I will never partner with any brand that I don't use myself. Now, W is zero sugar, jitter free, crash free, no artificial dyes or colors, none of that garbage. Just clean energy that actually tastes incredible. I've been drinking it every day, and I'm genuinely impressed. If you want to upgrade your energy too, use my code Agent D Baker for 10% off. Link in bio. Go be better with me. All right. Sorry about that. Of course, TikTok has restricted me again. This is crazy. Every single live multiple times. Every single live multiple times. Get out of the fridge. I did grab a snack as well. We have to all get the Fox t-shirts. I'm game on that. Smoked 2 pork tenderloins today. Ooh, that sounds amazing too. It's called Dubby. Hey guys, you all know how health conscious I am. I haven't had a single carbonated drink in over 20 years because I'm extremely careful about what I put into my body. So when I tell you I'm partnering with Dubby, you know it's the real deal. I will never partner with any brand that I don't use myself. Now, Dubby is zero sugar, jitter free. Yeah, Dubby, they have tons of different flavors. It is a very clean energy drink. It's a powder, and you just mix it with water. Their flavors are all amazing. My favorite is the Tiger's Blood, which is right there. It's amazing, but they have a lot of really good flavors. But it's a very, very clean energy drink. So you don't get any jitters or anything like that. There's no, all the ingredients are very clean. And I'm really big on that stuff. Like I've not drank a carbonated drink in over 20 years, literally. Probably longer than that, actually. But I'm very careful about what I put in my body, other than sweets. That's my soft spot. But no, this is solid. And if you do, you just go to their website. They have a really good website. And at checkout, just put in Agent D Baker, and you'll get a discount. I think it's like a 15% discount. But it's good stuff. I drink it literally every single day. It's the only. I drink tons of water. I drink 1 coffee in the morning, and then I mix a Dubby drink in like around 1 or 2 p.m. in the evening. Other than that, water is all I drink. I drink nothing else other than water. But it's really good. What water do I drink? Just out of most of the time, just like the water straight out of our refrigerator. But also, I keep one of those up right beside my desk every day, and I'll go through that. I'll go through that in 2 days. So I have drank that entire thing in 1 day before, but usually it takes me about 2 days. I'll go through one of those. But it's just like it's just natural spring water. It's like the cheapest water you can buy at a grocery store. Water is, hey, thank you, Jennifer. Water is the best, especially with this heat. Yeah. Well, and I take that back. When I'm outside, because I've been getting soft since I've been doing this. And I noticed that a while back. And so I went and bought a complete manual push lawnmower. Like not a motorized one, but like one of the old school manuals that just runs, you just push it. And so I get out and mow my grass, my front yard at least once every 2 days, right in the dead of this heat. And it's a really good workout all the way around. But now when I'm doing that, I will drink those liquid IVs as well. I love those things. So I will drink those when I'm sweating a lot in the summertime. I love those as well. And I do have those on my TikTok shop. I don't really do the TikTok shop thing, but I do have those on my showcase on there. And that's where I get them. And you can get a little discount on there from those. But those liquid IVs are awesome too. Tawana, that could not be more unhealthy. Seriously, it could not. Hey, Margaret, how are you? Happy 4th of July to you as well. But yeah, if you want a good workout, go buy one of those old school, completely manual lawnmowers. It's a workout. Wella electrolytes are my ride and die 50 servings for $14. I've never heard of that. I'll have to check that out. Margaret, I was doing that for a long time, and I've got a couple of those bottles that generates the hydrogen and puts it in there. And then I just stopped doing it. I don't really know why, but I really could tell a difference. I'm glad you brought that up. I need to start using that again because I've got a couple of those bottles that do that. But I could tell a difference. But in all honesty, what's your sugar intake? Sugar it's really bad. It's really bad for you. I'll tell you what's worse than sugar. The fake sugars. A lot of people use those, and those are so much worse on your body than just regular sugar. So much worse. Like the stevias and all those others, don't use those. The only sugar I use is raw sugar. So I go and I buy the raw sugar. And when I do make sweets and things like that, that's what I use. That's it. But those artificial sweeteners are horrible for your body. Horrible. They will literally kill you. Yeah, if you're drinking the diet drinks, you're half gone. Just being honest. You're half gone. No, aspartame is horrible for you. Aspartame, once your body starts digesting it, it literally turns into formaldehyde. Seriously. It's really bad for you. But sugar in general, you need to keep it as low as your intake, as low as can be. No, I love chocolate. I eat unsweetened chocolate, like dark chocolate, unsweetened. I love it. That usually satisfies my sweet tooth when I'm really trying to, like, if I've already had a sweet for the day or something, I'll just do that. Yeah, raw honey is good. I do use raw honey for my teas. When I used to make hot teas, I don't anymore. I haven't in a couple of years, but those were good too. But I would use raw honey to sweeten those, and I still use. I'll just drink some raw honey every once in a while, like when I need a little energy pickup, like right before the gym or something. I'll take a swig of raw honey. But yeah, raw honey is a good sweetener as well. A lot healthier. It's clean. So agave is clean, raw honey, and then pure cane sugar. I was thinking you were talking about HFCS. That's not clicking to me. What are you talking about? The things we talk about. Yeah, we go all over the place. We go all over the place. Sometimes we have very exciting conversations, like right now. We're talking about pickles and honey and sugar. But my public service announcement for the day is cut the soft drinks out of your diet. They're killing you. They really are. If you would just do that, you could eat probably whatever the hell you wanted to. But if you would just cut the soft drinks out, you would feel so much better. Because most people walk around during the day very dehydrated. And you don't realize it because you're used to it. You're very dehydrated, and that's just not good for you. Like 99% of headaches are caused by dehydration. And that's it's extremely rare I get a headache. The only time I get a headache now is since I started doing this. If I sit here too long staring at the screen, like when I'm making videos or researching or something, I'll start getting a little bit of a headache, but it's because of my eye strain. And so then I'll get up and walk around and walk outside or go drive down the road or something. But I don't get headaches hardly ever. Oh no, high fructose corn syrup. Ask my wife. No, that's like the devil in my house. I don't allow high fructose corn syrup in my house. When we're shopping or when groceries get here, I will start looking, and if there's high fructose corn syrup in it, I throw it straight in the trash. It drives my wife crazy, but I will not let anyone in my house take that. That is horrible for you. Did you write that, Blessed, or is that something that just came up? What is that? I've never seen that before. Have to unlock what? I'm confused. I don't know what that is. Something new. I'm trying to figure out how to unlock it, but I don't know how. Is it this viewer wishes? I don't think that's it. I don't know. I have to figure it out. Sorry. I don't like cooking, but I like eating food. I feel you there. You don't want my advice on winging off of things, Tawana. Trust me. Just ask someone. A lot for years, people have asked me, "Hey, will you help me get in better shape? Will you help me with my diet or whatever?" And I don't think most of them like the way I go about it, because at first I tell them, cut out soft drinks immediately, and I'm not going to help you if you can't even do that. I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to waste my time, because that's a simple thing. And so that's my advice. Just stop drinking them. I know that's not the best advice, but I've not heard that, Margaret, about agave. I'll have to look into that. But in all seriousness, if you're drinking those carbonated energy drinks, you need to stop that. They're horrible for you for a lot of reasons. And if you get Dubby's my favorite, and I've been drinking it for over a year now. And because again, it's clean. And I'm sure there are some other brands out there that are clean. Just look at the ingredients and see if they're real clean. But I don't drink the energy drinks like that or anything like that. But I love it, and it'll make you feel good. But you won't get jitters or anything like that after. There's no crash. When I was a teenager, my mom never let us help in the kitchen, only wash dishes, so I don't know how to cook. That's no, with YouTube today, I've learned I could build an entire house now off of from what I've learned off of YouTube. I used to could never do anything carpentry wise, and now I can literally. I mean, I've built a ton of things. I enjoy building now. The only one that I don't mess with plumbing much, because one time I did try plumbing, almost flooded our entire house. So I'm not allowed. My wife doesn't allow me to do anything with the plumbing anymore. We have to call professionals on that. Are you living there now, Margaret? That's awesome. I've never been to Columbia. Are you living there full time, or you have a house there and here? My husband is German, so he likes sandwiches. Thank goodness. Yeah, sandwiches are not too hard to make. Thank you, Blessed. I really do appreciate that. Oh, and before I forget, I know we've spoken about the ramp and in Hamilton, the cult and the trying to get the peaceful protest, public demonstration together. We have sent in the paperwork, and so we're just waiting to hear back from the city as to if it gets approved or not. And I'm guessing we probably won't hear anything back till mid next week at least because of the holidays. So, but as soon as we hear back from that, I will let everyone know. Crockpot. Yeah, no, we do crockpot once a week, at least once a week. My wife will she'll just go get a big roast and put a bunch of other stuff in it and throw it in there first thing in the morning. And then by that evening, we eat it. And I'll eat on that for a couple of days. I love it. Your husband has 7 more years here to get vested in his SS. We have, okay, that's cool. Have you ever seen a touch light ceiling fan? I think ours is haunted. I even tried YouTube on that one. We're going next month. Him for 2, me for 3. Oh, that sounds awesome. My brother lost 20 pounds in 2 weeks last year without trying. Wow. I married a plumber, so I don't have to call someone. He still looks up YouTube videos. Yeah, I don't know. You may need to call an electrician. You know, something I don't talk about a lot because I don't want people to think I'm out there, but talking about the ghost and the light and stuff. So for about 2 years, I was on a ghost hunting team, legit. Like we were a legit team, had all the equipment and everything. And I was on it as the debunker. Like they wanted an investigator and I didn't believe in ghosts or anything. I didn't believe in the stuff. And so I was on the team and I would debunk the things. And, you know, like lights and things like that. And most everything can be debunked. It's pretty easy. Now, the reason, this is my ADHD. I just realized we're about to get into another story here. But the reason that I'm no longer on that is because the last investigation that I ever did, we were at a house and this woman called us and was having some issues in her little in her house. It's a small house. She believed some of it was her ex-husband or ex-boyfriend. They lived together for a long time. I can't remember if they were married or not. I can't remember now, and he had passed away. And she had a box of some of his old belongings, like a hat and just little trinkets or something and stuff in one of the closets. And a lot of the activity she felt was around that closet. But one of the things was light would go on and off in her bedroom at night. And there's some other things. I don't remember everything, but so we went and couldn't debunk anything in that house. And one thing that I also loved doing, because it was an adrenaline rush to me, was when we would be on an investigation, like I would always, and like that one, for instance, I would make everybody get out of the house, and we're there all night throughout the middle of the night. And I would make everybody get out of the house, and then I would go in this bedroom that was supposedly haunted, and I would lay on the bed, just me, all the lights cut off and everything. And we'd have cameras and stuff in there. But I enjoyed that because it would freak me out a little bit, and I love that adrenaline rush. And so this one, I'm in there, and I'm laying on the bed in this supposed haunted bedroom. And sure enough, the freaking light turns on while I'm laying in there. And I was like, that is crazy. And I couldn't figure, and that could still to this day, that could have been an electricity issue. I don't know. I just couldn't pin it down. But so I get back up and I turn the light off and I lay back down. And I tell them, because we had like little walkie-talkies, and I tell them that, hey, the light turned on, so we could go back and we timestamp it so we can go back and watch it on the videos. But anyway, like 3 minutes later, I start getting legit like scared, like a feeling I'd never gotten before on doing these things. Like before, it was always kind of fun and like it'd be like scary, but adrenaline like rush scary, and I would just freak myself out some. This though, like a weird feeling came over me. And right about that time it started happening, the closet door opens like about halfway. And it creeped me out so bad. I called them. I said, y'all come in. Like I'm done. And that was the first time I'd ever done that. And so we had that happen. Another thing in that house we had happen was I can't even remember the name of the device now, but we had all these cool devices. And one of the things we had a thermal camera was one. And there on this bed, there would be a hot spot, like a red spot that would move around at times. And it was very strange, and we couldn't debunk it. Then we had this other piece of equipment. I can't remember what it was called, but it was some kind of special camera, and it would show like stick figures. Like if you shined it on me, it wouldn't show my full body. It would just show me like a stick figure. And I can't remember what it was called, but anyway, we were showing that on the bed, and I sat down on the bed, and this little stick figure popped up beside me, like this little short thing. And we're all like, oh, this is crazy. And so then I got up and somebody else did, and I watched it. And this thing we would tell it, we'd be like, hey, move up to the pillows. And this thing would go up to the pillows. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. We also had a little voice box. I can't remember what it's called either. Forgive me. I can't remember the names of all these things. But the little voice box we would have, we would ask questions, and it would pick up, I forgot what it's called, but it would pick up like radio signals. So sometimes it would be picking up like a radio signal from a radio station or something, but it would go through the different radio signals, and certain words and phrases would pop up. Well, this one was the first time and only time that we ever had intelligent answers to it. And we would ask, the craziest one was when this little stick figure was moving around, we got that out and we said, hey, what is your name? And I don't remember the guy's name off the top of my head, but say if his name was Robert, the guy that she thought was hunting it said Robert, and we all freaked out. It was like, wow, that's crazy. And so it answered a couple other questions very intelligently, and it was creepy. But anyway, so we get finished with all of that, and on certain investigations, we would have what they call a white witch, which is not a dark witch, but the white witches are like, I don't know. I don't get into all the witch stuff. But anyway, the owner of our crew, founder, whatever you want to call him, of our team, he had this friend she practiced white witch as a white witch or something like that. And so allegedly they get evil spirits out of places or whatever. I don't know. I never believed in her stuff. I was like, this is, this is crazy. But anyway, she was with us on that one, and we had seen all this stuff, and then they get that box out of the closet, and they set it down in the middle of the living room on this coffee table, and it was a shoebox, and they put a big pan under it, and she said, we're going to burn this stuff, and I'm going to tell him to get out of the house or whatever. And so they set that little box on fire. And when she did, I got the most angry I've possibly ever been in my life. And all I wanted to do was, I was standing on the other side of the kitchen counter. And again, it's a small house. Kitchen, living rooms right there together. But there's a kitchen counter in between. And I was standing on the other side of the kitchen counter. And all I wanted to do was jump over the kitchen counter and go and just take the woman who lived at the house and the witch woman. I just wanted to take them out. Like, I wanted to just knock them both out. Just all of a sudden, it was the craziest feeling I ever got in my life. And this starts hitting me, and the guy that run the team looks at me and he said, what's wrong with you? I said, I don't know, but I gotta get out of here. And so we walked outside, and I started telling him, and I'm freaked out because I still have this feeling, and I didn't know what was going to happen. And so he starts going, and he gets, because he could conduct exorcisms. He was trained in that. But he goes and he gets holy water and starts sprinkling holy water on me, and I'm legit freaked out. And the witch woman comes out, and this was the first time I was like, we told her what was going on, and she was like, we need to sit you down, and I need to do these things. And that time, and I never believed in the mess she did. That night I was like, do it. I don't care. And so she started burning this certain things around me or whatever. And then another thing, every time she would come with us, she would give us this, I think it was salt, and she would tell us to spread the salt in front of our front doors of our house before we walked in. That way, the theory was if we brought any demons back, they wouldn't cross the salt. I don't know. Again, I never believed in the mess. I didn't even pay much attention to it. But now that night, I used it, and she gave it to me, and I sprinkled it like in front of every door in my house, and I was so creeped out. But I woke up the next day, and I was the most tired I've ever been. I was just overly tired. I could not get out of bed for almost 2 days. And that was it. I told them, I called the guy like 2 days later on the team, and I was like, I'm done with this. I'm not messing with that. Like, that was something real, and I'm not messing with it. But that's why I'm no longer on do ghost hunting, because I found out there are real things out there, and I don't want any part of it. I don't know how we got off on all of that, but something somebody said made my mind think of that. But one reason I say that is, don't mess with that stuff. Don't mess with the ghost stuff. Whatever happened to me that night was real. And I'd been on tons of it. I mean, we'd done a bunch of investigations. I'd never had any kind of feelings or anything ever. And that night, there was something weird going on. Now, the guy told me, we talked a few days later. He told me that they went back and started really pushing the woman, asking her questions, because one thing we didn't do, if somebody ever had any, like, if they were into like what I would call devil worshiping or anything like that, or black witch, as they call them, involvements. We wouldn't do investigations at their place because he was against that. And I think whatever, like he wasn't allowed to either. Well, when that happened to me, they started believing, I guess, that something was involved with that. And so they went back and they really questioned her, and she ended up admitting that she did have some real witches that practiced that stuff over like a week before, and they were doing some things there. And so that's what they think was involved. But the spiritual things are real, and I dealt with it that night, and so I will never mess with it again. And I don't talk about that a lot because, again, now some people are going to think I'm crazy and wacky, but it's the truth. That's what happened. No, I would never mess with a Ouija board ever. I still like watching the ghost hunter shows at times, which a lot of those are kind of made up, but I enjoy watching them. But I will never do it myself again. During 2011, when the tornado ripped through Sipsey, my hometown, I took very chilling pictures. We had deaths confirmed, and the images had angelic figures where they were found. I don't doubt that. Now, the only other thing I say I don't mess with it all. One thing I do like to do is when we go, we like to travel. We travel a lot, and when we go to cities and places that, a lot of the cities have the haunted tours at night and stuff. Now I do go on all those. Those are fun. But like actually getting out and doing an investigation like that, nah, it's not for me. Yeah, since that, no, I mean, their demons are real. Spiritual warfare is real. And like since that happened to me, I started studying it and digging into it for a while after that on the, Christian side, looking at it from that standpoint. And I mean, the stuff's real. It is. There's no doubt about it. And again, something happened to me that night. The whole thing was weird. And I never want any part of that again. Yeah, don't mess with those things. And like somebody said, the Ouija board, don't mess with that stuff. And I would have never messed with a Ouija board or anything anyway. Like I always knew better than that. Sienna, hi, I'm late. What's up, everyone? You've missed a lot of interesting conversations tonight. We've kind of been all over the place. It's not been the average Friday Night Live. It's not been too serious most of the time. I don't know. We one thing we discussed for quite a while is if you haven't seen it, there's stuff going around about a current Jefferson County, Alabama deputy that's abusive to his family and his wife, and his son has been speaking out. Carson Burks. Is it Carson or Kaysen? I don't know why. For some reason, I felt like I said that wrong. Anyway, I think it's Carson Burks. And the deputy's name is Travis Burks. But we talked about that for a while and dug into that for a little bit. And that got me pretty angry. And so I think I needed a little break. And that's what got us on nonsense. Yeah, it is Carson. Okay. I thought it was, but then I said that I wasn't sure. Interesting how our backgrounds are 100% evidence based and the spiritual realm is just as real, but try telling that to some of our judges. No, you're exactly right. And I didn't, before that, I didn't believe in like the evil spirits and things like, or ghosts like that. I didn't believe in that mess. Um, I just didn't believe in it like that until then. And I do now. Because I always thought, just to be honest, before that, and I would see, you see these movies, and there's even some reality shows that shown some exorcisms and things like that. And I always believed the exorcisms that the people were just mentally ill, like badly mentally ill. And I would be like, this is not right. Like, these people are probably really mentally ill and they need to be in a real hospital and on all that stuff. Until that night. And now there's no doubt in my mind that I'm sure some of those, that's still the issue, but there's no doubt in my mind some of them are truly, something's going on with them and some kind of evil spirit has got them and they have to get them out. There's just no doubt in my mind. And Melissa, you're going to have to tell me your story at some point, sometime too. I'm interested now. It will freak me out. I'm ready for it. I'll never understand the view that it's our fault. I was blamed for my clothes, and I was in elementary school when this happened. It's people making excuses. What are you talking about, Rachel? My grandmother used to tell us that the Bible said spirits walk the face of the earth. I was small, asked what scripture. I'm sure she would have told me. And hey, if you're not following or subscribing, please do that. I'd really appreciate that. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go over there and subscribe for a few reasons. Number one, it's one of the places where you can find my full podcast. You can find my full podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. So make sure you go subscribe to my YouTube channel. The other thing, my Wednesday night lives at 8 p.m. Central are exclusively on YouTube. So make sure you go subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss those Wednesday night lives. And they're usually pretty interesting. I've started enjoying those a lot. So make sure you don't miss those. If you can find me on all the platforms under Agent D Baker, except for Facebook, and it's just my full name, Derek, Derek Baker. But you can also just go to our website, agentdbaker.com, and there's links to all the platforms we're on there, and you just click on the link, and it'll take you straight to our pages on all the platforms. Also, if you or someone you know is interested in being a guest on the podcast, go to the website, agentdbaker.com, and there's a link on there, contact button. Click on that, put your name, email address, and then a message, and we'll get back to you. It's also the best way to contact me if you have any information for me, if you have any questions, any of that stuff. It's the best way to contact me. So, and also if you're interested in me coming to your organization, whatever that may be, to speak, you can also find that on the website. There's a button, click on it, fill out your information, and we'll get back with you on that. I think that's about it. And yes, happy 4th of July, everyone. America's 250th birthday. It's pretty amazing. Yes, thank you, Melissa. Yeah, Monday, 8 p.m., I'm live on all platforms. Wednesday, 8 p.m., exclusively on YouTube. And Friday at 9 p.m. Central on all platforms. And I will also have it up soon. There will be a place on the website if you're interested in joining my team, being on my research and admin team, advisement team. I'm going to have a place on there where you can click and fill out some information, and we'll get back to you on that. That'll be on there sometime next week. I'll get that on there. And so for anyone interested in that or looking into that, go on there. All the information will be on there, and then we'll go from there. And got some really cool podcast guests planned in the very near future. Hopefully we get Carson on. I'm going to have CC Dixon Moreno on ASAP. And there was someone else. There's somebody else. I can't remember off the top of my head. But we got another awesome one planned as well. Yes, don't drink and drive. We talked about this Wednesday night as well. Don't drink and drive. In today's time, there's no excuse to drink and drive. None. There's Ubers. You have cell phones. You can call somebody, whatever the case may be. Have a plan. Do not drink and drive. It's a big pet peeve of mine. Nothing good will come out of it. You don't want to be responsible for taking people's lives. Unfortunately, this weekend, there will be completely innocent lives taken because of someone drunk driving. That's going to happen. It's going to happen on the roadways, and it's going to happen on the waterways. And we talked about this a little bit on Wednesday night, too, about the water being on the water. For whatever reason, people that would never drive drunk on the road will drive a boat any day drunk, and it's even more dangerous. Don't do that. If you have been drinking and you're involved in an accident, that it's possible that you being intoxicated had nothing to do with the accident. But if you're involved in an accident and you've been drinking and someone loses their life, you're going to prison. Simple as that. So that's not a chance you want to take. No matter how good you think you can drive after you've been drinking, you're going to go to prison. And again, on the water, wear your life jackets. When the boat is moving, have your life jacket on. I don't care how good you can swim. When the boat is moving, have your life jacket on. If you cannot swim, don't be on the water in the middle. Don't be on a boat in the middle of the water. Learn how to swim. Or stay on the bank. Do not be out in the water or on a boat in the middle of the water if you can't swim. It's way too dangerous. But no matter what, have a life jacket on. Again, this weekend, there are going to be people lose their lives on the water all across this country. It's going to happen. So it's not, I wonder if this will happen this weekend. It's going to happen, unfortunately. And almost every time it's going to be due to someone being intoxicated. But if you're on the water this weekend, be very careful because there's going to be drunks out there. Be very, very careful. Watch what you're doing. Protect yourself and your family. Same on the roadways. There's going to be drunk drivers out. Be very careful. And make sure you're not one of those drunk drivers. You could ruin a lot of people's lives. And again, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Please don't let that be you. Don't let someone drink and drive. And I saw somebody made a post, and I loved it, about before you make that post this weekend about, hey, there's a DUI checkpoint here. Think about, what if your post, someone that's driving drunk sees your post, and so it causes them to go a different route, and they end up taking innocent people's lives. How are you going to feel about that? Do you want to be responsible for that? Seriously. Do you? No. So if you come up on a DUI checkpoint, show them your license and move on. They're trying to save people's lives, whether you want to believe that or not. I didn't spend a lot of time on patrol. My first 2 years in law enforcement, I was on patrol. Or first 2.5. And then the last 1.5 years. But the first 2.5 years I was on patrol, DUI has always been one of my pet peeves because I've never driven after I've drank. You can ask anyone that's ever known me. I loved making DUIs, and I made a bunch. And in fact, in 2008 or 9, I was number 1 in DUIs for the entire state of Alabama for law enforcement. I made more DUI arrests than any other law enforcement officer, including troopers, in the entire state of Alabama. That's how many I gave out. Because it's like shooting fish in a barrel. They were easy for me to make, and I wasn't lazy. So I didn't mind doing the paperwork. And I did so many, I could fly through them. But I don't like people driving and drinking and driving. They're responsible for a lot of people losing their lives. Whether you want to believe it's because they make money off of it, bullshit. don't drink and drive. You won't have it to worry about. That's pretty freaking simple. I have zero sympathy for you if you drink and drive. And another thing any of my friends will tell you, or family, if you're ever arrested for DUI, don't call me. I'm not going to help you. I've had that conversation with friends and a family member before. When they called me like, they're about to take me to jail. Good luck. Call me when you get out. I'm not going to help you at all. I'm not. Never would. It's a simple thing not to do. It's very simple not to do it. If I can go through 43 years of my life without drinking and driving, so can you. And again, especially in today's time, there's no excuse. Yeah, very good point, Margaret. Advise folks that DUI is not only alcohol, getting high. Same thing. If you use the green stuff, I don't have a problem with that. Y'all know my stance on that. I don't have a problem with it. Don't drive after you have. Like she said, literally just as dangerous as drinking and driving. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. Don't do it. Just don't do it. I knew that's what you meant. Yeah. If you want to drink, you want to use the green stuff, whatever, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. As long as you do it in a sitting location and you don't drive a boat or a car. Just don't do it. And if you see someone making those ignorant posts about, hey, there's a DUI checkpoint at so-and-so, call them out. Pull a me. Say, hey, you're ignorant. Something. Make fun of them. I don't care. Make them feel bad for making that post. It's not something to mess around with. We almost lost my brother on a motorcycle this past Friday due to drinking. We still don't know if he will pull through. Oh, I remember you telling me about that, Angel. I'm so sorry. Well, I will be praying for y'all, and I hope he does get better. The guy that hit my son has had almost 30 DUIs. Jesus Christ. I'm about to go, but that's going to get me on another soapbox. There's this woman on Facebook that has gathered a pretty large following now. Talking about her life with her children right now due to her husband recently being sent to prison for his 10th DUI. 10th. And she makes all these feel sorry for me posts and, oh, this is so hard. And she makes the Brittany Stapleton post of, hey, we're getting ready to go visit him at the prison and getting dressed and all this BS nonsense. Why do so many people feel sorry for that? If you really care about people and you see this woman posting, tell her what needs to be said. Hey, maybe you should drop this idiot that obviously is not going to learn and has numerous problems, that's going to take your family and your kids down, and find somebody else and leave his ass sitting in prison instead of exposing your kids to all this mess. Every time I see one of her posts, it drives me insane. And the amount of people commenting, it's her and Brittany Stapleton remind me of each other in their post a lot. But if you expect me to feel bad because your husband is in prison for his 10th DUI, you're not going to find it here. He's a piece of shit. Your husband is a piece of shit. Let me say that even, can I be any clearer? He's not a good man, no matter how much you say he is. That's what she's always saying. He's a great dad. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's taking your family down. Open your blind eyes and see that. It's crazy. Anyway, that reminded me of that. But hey, I really appreciate each and every one of you for being on here. I've enjoyed it. We're going to be hitting a lot on that Travis Burks for sure. We're going to stay on the ramp, of course. We're going to be doing everything we can to take down Travis Burks and get him out of law enforcement and more, get him in jail, hopefully. And his family safe. But we're going to be hitting on that along with other things. So keep watching. And if there's anything I can do for you, let us know. If I can help you, I will. If I can, I'll tell you I can't. But I hope you all have a great weekend, a great holiday weekend, and a good 4th of July. Celebrate it, but celebrate it responsibly. Very simple. Be very careful with fireworks. Almost got my foot blown off when I was a kid with fireworks, so I've got a story about that too. So be careful with those. Still got a huge scar on my right inside of my right ankle. Yeah, that was a sucky time. But anyway, be careful with those two, seriously. And most importantly, don't drink and drive. Don't do it. And if you're at a party or you're at your house or somebody else's house and somebody's going to drink and drive, stop them. And if they won't listen to you, call the police on them. Call the police on them. You could literally save someone's life by that. Don't feel bad about it either. Simple. Just don't do it. And look out for other people. We're all responsible. We need to understand that. We don't get to go through our lives seeing something bad happening and just say, nah, it's none of my business. I want to turn around. Don't work like that. If it's happening in front of you, it's your business. If someone needs help and it's right in front of you, you need to help them. You could save that person from going to prison for taking someone's life, and you could literally save people's lives. And if they don't get over it, who cares? Who cares? Be very careful. Enjoy your weekend. And I will see y'all back Monday night at 8 p.m. Central on all the platforms. And I'm going to try to get a podcast out this weekend. Not a promise, but I'm going to try to. Welcome to Truth Recon. I'm Agent D. Baker, former narcotics detective, SWAT team member, and U.S. Navy combat veteran. With years of real-world experience in high-stakes environments, I've seen firsthand the dangers that lurk both in our communities and now increasingly online. Before this show begins, understand this. What you are about to hear may be disturbing to some audiences. This podcast contains explicit language, dark themes, and real conversations that are not